Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this exact file, and when they Control D and make a duplicate and then move it to the center of the page, which I'm trusting it is, and then they rotate it 120 degrees, they've got some underlying parts or overlying parts, and you want to know how to get rid of them or what he did wrong. I can kind of see what he did wrong right here. This line is not to the top of the circle. So let's fix that. Let's take this graphic and let's change that line. And also down in here, he's overlying. And also I'm going to change this to a hairline. I'm going to leave it black, but you can do so much. I think you can do so much better work. You can kind of see that this isn't at a good angle. So let's take this line and let's put it kind of to the node up there and get this to be a straight line. Now that messes that up, and I'm not going to trust. Well, I am going to trust is you know what? If you take the it'll make the line continuous. Let's go ahead and cut that line off. And down here, he's got a problem. So there's two things we can do, or at least two things. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a 2-point line and I'm just going to cut this other part of the line away. And then I'm going to take my 2-point line away. You don't have to open your calculator. And let's move that line. It got a little rough spot right there, but that's beside the point. So let's move that. Let's get rid of that node there. And let's change this to that. A little bit of roughness there. Yeah, I don't like that. There we go. Got rid of that. Take away our 2-point line. Now let's try it. Now, I don't know that this is in the center of the page because it's a triangular shape. So my suggestion, because you want this to be in the center, is to take your Smart Fill tool and fill that in and move it over. And left click, right click, it doesn't matter what color. And we're going to find the center of that triangle. So we're going to take a 2-point line and we're going to go till it says midpoint and then go up to there. And then we're going to go over here till it says midpoint. I just happened to get it luckily. So that, even though that indexing line thinks it's the center, I don't think it is. So let's move that over. And now our new center rotation should be the center of that triangle. Let's give it a whirl. So let's take our Smart Fill tool. So we got a leak. And where is our leak? It can only be one of two places. Well, you know, it could be, well, it shouldn't be. Shouldn't be that line. Let's tell you what, let's do that. Let's take that and get rid of that triangle and just get our crosshair. Then move our crosshairs over. And let's try this. Up, still got a leak. So the only two places we moved that it could leak would be right here and right here. And I don't think that, oh, there it is. So let's take that 2-point line. Remember, if you remember, I moved that node out of the way. Now let's take the Smart Fill tool. There we go. Now, I'm gonna, before I move anything, I'm gonna go ahead and just rotate it. So let's make it yellow so we can see it. Let's Control D and make a duplicate. Click on the X and put it on our new X, which is actually easier because it snaps to it. And let's rotate this 120 degrees. And let's turn it blue. And that looks good. So now that we got that, we can move, let's just nudge this out of the way and move that back. Well, we're going to need those crosshairs. So let's get those crosshairs and move them because that's our new center. I'm going to take away the outline. Don't really have to. Then I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool, and I kind of got the concept that he wants this to go like a ribbon, so I'm going to make it darker on this end. That's a little bit much, so let's move this out. Now, Control D and make a duplicate, double click on it and move the rotation to that. Let me zoom in a little bit. See, it's not quite there. It should say intersection. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Yep, we're way off. And when you're doing somewhat, there we go, intersection. Now let's rotate it 120 degrees. Control D, 240 degrees. That looks pretty good just in yellow. Let's take away those lines. Let's take away our indexing lines. And let's look at it with a black box. I like it. He said he was going to use multiple colors, but I'll be really surprised if you can get it to be any better than that. That looks pretty good. So it's really easy to make it multiple colors. Check on that. Get your interactive fill tool and just change this color. Let's go to a blue. Let's go to a burnt orange. That looks pretty good. Anyway, so he was just a little bit off on this line. I like how he did it with the triangle and trying to put it in the center of the page. He was really close. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.